Yes, I meant to take a right turn before and get onto this section here. This is Avonside Drive, right alongside the Avon, hence the name Avonside. This piece of road is pretty rough and needs repairing. But I'm going to go round off the main road here, round here. This is Avonside Drive. And I'm just coming past Avonside Girls High School, which was also severely damaged in the earthquake. I might have done this before, but I'm doing it again just in case. But my intention here is to drive around Avonside Drive, the Avon Loop as it's called, and go through an area which was a residential area and was very severely hit by the earthquake, and is allegedly now part of the a new green zone on which allegedly there won't be much residential. But my guess is that in the not too distant future, when memories have faded a bit, they'll sell the land for subdivision again, despite the fact that the government has paid out most of the people who lived in this area. I'll just try and alter the camera a bit so that it points a bit more to the right. That's a bit better, so as you'll be able to see the houses, or where the houses used to be. I've come down here too because for some years before I got married and was a young teacher, I lived in two houses here with some of my friends, notably David C. Johnson, a long-term friend who now spends his time partly living in Wanganui and Wellington and in Southern California. But as you can see, this road it's always been narrow, but it's very badly pockmarked with potholes and erosion and so on, and I have to be very cautious, and every now and again I'll come across a very large truck like this which is working on some sort of demolition or construction. That's the sort of truck that we have going past our place a lot at the moment because of the new subdivision that's being built. But as we go around here, with the Avon River on my left, to the right here, unfortunately I'm going in such a direction that it's a bit hard for the camera to pick up things. You'll see it better now. I can sort of wander across the road here a bit because there's no traffic. This was all closely subdivided with quite a lot of, many houses were of quite good quality, and it was quite a popular place to live because people could walk along the river, and in the whitebait season the whitebaiters could whitebait, catch whitebait, a very small fish that is a delicacy in this country. Well, you probably can still whitebait here, but it's only in November, December, I think. October, November, December is the whitebaiting season. It's like duck shooting and so on. It's only allowed in certain months of the year, but all along here as you can see, well, I'll just turn so that the camera points at some of this. This was all covered in housing until before the earthquake. The houses have all been removed, or most of them have been removed. It was called the Avon Loop. The other side looks a bit better, but in fact a great number of the houses on that side have also been removed. You can see the potholes here. Oh, you can feel the potholes here too. In fact, it's got worse since I've come round here. Now you see this house here was a very nice home at one stage, but you can see it's fallen into terrible disrepair. It's one of the few remaining along here. The other thing that's happened here is that they've built up a sort of a stop bank on the left here because the river has become prone to flooding since the earthquake. But I think that there's somewhere around here is where I actually lived. It's very hard to identify now. We lived in two different properties here. On the right, about 4 or 5 of us students or young teachers. We always men in those days. It was never mixed, or very seldom mixed flatting. We shared the cost of renting a home. The homes were quite reasonably nice. I think we're just coming up to one that is, I think it is possibly one of the ones we lived in, but it's very hard to tell whether it's the right one or not, but it certainly looks rather like it. In fact, yes, this is it. This is one of the ones we lived in here. It's actually still here. Number 436, yes, that's right. 53 something it is. That was it. This house here. We lived in this house here. No traffic coming, so I can sort of stop here and look at it. But yes, we lived in there. The vegetation has grown up. This was 1961, 62 that we lived in here. And I'll just carry on. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. This house over here, this was where our lawyer lived. Well, that's Allison's and my lawyer lived in that house there. Des Wood and Pauline, who was actually a colleague of mine in teaching. They've long since gone up to Auckland. Anyway, I'll just continue around here. I'm not sure how far I can go along here. I might have to turn around and come back again. But it's certainly a changed scene from 1960. The road's a little less rough at this end. Road closed ahead, so do I have to come back? Can I get round the corner up here? I might not be able to go any further than this. It looks a bit like I'm stymied. I'm going to have to turn around and go back. I can't get through that gap, I don't think, or can I? No, I don't think so. Can I get through there? No, I can't. They've got trucks in the way. So I'll go back.